Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 8 of this Glory Hunters season. We are moving into March and we're progressing very, very well in League as well as the FA Cup. So let's have a look at the fixtures. And as we can see from the fixtures and results, we started the month with a very good win against Crystal Palace at home. Before the game, Alexander Isak was struggling a little bit on fitness, so we decided to drop him and bring in William Osula for his first start of the season. As you may have seen there, it has gone very, very well for him, with the striker picking up a hat-trick. As we see, Anthony Gordon breaking down the left-hand side, gets away from his defender, cuts the ball back, and Osula is there in the 5th minute to tuck away his first goal of the game. Gordon involved again, this time breaking down the right-hand side. A nice little backheel pass there to Lewis Miley, chips it into the box, and Osula gets in front of the goalkeeper to make it 2-0. And just before half-time, as we see the ball's cleared out here, comes to Bruno Guimaraes, and again, a very similar goal to the other two. It's been cut back to Osula, who's finished to make it 3-0. Just before half-time again, Crystal Palace did pull a goal back through Lerma. There was a suspicion of offside. He was onside in fairness. And towards the end, in the 64th minute, as we see there, a corner coming in, and Eric Garcia pretty much unmarked to make it 4-1. Following the win in the game against Man City in the FA Cup, as you see, we played a double header against Man City. We were then drawn against Southampton as well. We did face them in the Premier League, first of all, away from home. As you'll see there, we've come away with a 2-1 victory. Domenico Berardi again scoring in this game as well as Alexander Isak. And we'll show you the goals now. As we see here, Bruno plays the ball out to Harvey Barnes, looks left for Jamal Lewis with a 1-2. Bednarek misses his header. Barnes cuts it back for Isak to score in the 19th minute. Southampton pull a goal back through Sugawara in the 40th minute from a penalty. But as we see, Berardi with a big deep cross into the back post. The ball is cleared from the corner and Berardi picks up the ball again, drives at the goalkeeper and makes it 2-1 in the 80th minute. In the second game in a row against Southampton, we were at home this time in the FA Cup quarter-final. As we see, a much more comfortable victory coming away with a 4-0 win. We did score all 4 goals before Southampton had Pizarro sent off in the 76th minute. Yep. As we see, Sven Botman making a break down the left-hand side, cuts inside to Bruno. He drives at the goalkeeper and is only 41 seconds in, drives low and hard into the bottom corner. Harvey Barnes then picks up the loose ball from a clearance, goes at the defence, cuts it back to Lewis Miley, who makes it 2-0 after only 8 minutes. Tonali involved, looks right to Livramento, makes a break down the right hand side, given far too much space, goes one-on-one with the goalkeeper in the 59th minute, makes it 3-0. Livramento involved again there, comes back inside to Tonali, finds Bruno, and a nice through ball to Harvey Barnes, and a great first time finish to make it 4-0. That sees us into the FA Cup semi-final. And as you'll see, we've been drawn against Nottingham Forest. Again, I don't know if it's just the way it happens to be working out for this first season. It's another double header. We'll play against Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup first, and then we'll play against them again in the Premier League only a couple of days. Well, actually a week later. So that comes up at the end of April. We will bring you the highlights from the FA Cup game instead of the league game, as we usually do with the last game of the month. So we followed that up then with a win against Ipswich. As you can see, we were at home here. Sven Botman getting on the score sheet twice. We've come away with a 3-1 victory. Unfortunately, conceding a goal in the final minutes of stoppage time as well. Lewis Hall making his second start back from injury. As you see, Bruno Guimaraes takes a strike. I'm not sure if it's taking deflection there off Isak or if it's Bruno's goal. Trippier then whips in a corner and Sven Botman meets it to make it 2-0. Trippier then from the other side, similar story, whips in the corner, Sven Botman there with pretty much a free header to make it 3-0. And as we see, Broadhead making a break down our right hand side. The ball comes back to Chaplin. He has a strike on goal. There's a little bit of deflection, but the ball still goes in the back of the net. So a very good win against Ipswich, who are mid-table in this season and performing very, very well. And that brings us up to our last game against Wolves. A quick look at the FA Cup fixtures and results, and we will see that obviously we're drawn against Nottingham Forest in the next round. In the previous round, we can see that Man United did beat Stevenage 4-1. Chelsea were beaten by Nottingham Forest 2-0, whilst Derby beat Millwall 3-2 as well. That takes us into the semi-final, where we've been drawn against Forest and Man City have been drawn against Derby. You would hope and expect that probably Man United will win that, so I'm expecting to meet Man United in the final of the FA Cup, assuming we can get past Nottingham Forest. They are currently sitting bottom of the league table. I like to think that that would be a result certainly we can um, have in our favour. Nottingham Forest, of course, managed now by Ruben Amorim, and we'll go over some of the managerial changes at the end of the season as well. We're getting ready to play Wolves, as we mentioned. Wolves are 18th in the league. They are fighting relegation. They are 5 points adrift from Everton. Arsenal and Chelsea playing currently. They're playing out a 0-0 at the moment. As we see, Lewis Hall picked up an injury in the previous game. He's out for another 3 weeks. He is definitely a problem player, and I think he's going to be a player that's maybe we might look to move on. I don't really think he's got a strong future of regular first team football because he seems to be constantly injured. We're going to make just the one change on the bench. Then we're going to bring Lewis Hall out and bring Joe Willock in, or bring Lloyd Kelly in. Joe Willock back from a short-term injury. Pablo Roberto back from a short-term injury as well as we get ready. Jamal Lewis will continue to play at left back. Matt Targett has returned from injury, but I feel like it's just a little bit too early to bring him back into the game just yet. He's been out for 3 months. So I expect nothing but a win to keep our good form going. And hardly anybody reacted, which is never a positive. Little high fives before the game with the opposition manager. I don't even remember who the manager is at Wolves now. But that's fine. We will kick off. Let's change the mentality up to go very attacking. Let's just go for it straight away. As we've seen, a nice turn there from Cunha. It goes back to, I'm not sure who that was. I didn't see the name. Cunha getting away from the goalkeeper. Tries to dink it over. I think it might have been going wide there, but Jamal Lewis has kept the ball alive. We've had, we're less than 15 minutes in, and we've got 3 players on yellow cards already: Livramento, Garcia, and Tonali. Tonali, you would expect to pick up a few yellow cards. He is in that defensive midfield position. He is more likely to give away fouls with the defensive work he's doing there. Sven Botman now plays a ball out left to Harvey Barnes. He finds Isak. Can he cut the ball back? He can, but he can't find Berardi coming into the back post. I should mention that we have lost Anthony Gordon on a long-term injury, as Berardi plays the ball across, finds Lewis Miley stealing in to make it 1-0. Lewis Miley having a very good season for us. As we get the replay here, we can see the ball's cleared. It's picked up by Sven Botman, Livramento, finds Bruno Guimaraes. A nice ball over the top to Berardi. And a first-time cross, nice and low, keeps it under control, and fires straight across to Lewis Miley, who gets in front of the goalkeeper. But yes, we did lose Anthony Gordon. He is injured for 3 months, effectively ruling him out for the rest of the season. He picked the injury up in training as well, so it wasn't even an in-game, an in-match injury that he's picked up. So he is out for the season, making me all the more pleased. As even though the good form that Domenico Berardi is in, I'm very, very pleased to have been able to bring in him, especially as Anthony Gordon is now missing. Pleased we've created loads so far. Yeah, let's go with that. There's been very few highlights really to talk of. As we look at the other scores, Arsenal and Chelsea have finished the draw. Brentford are beaten Southampton 2-1. Crystal Palace are drawn 1-1 with Bournemouth. Ipswich are beating Aston Villa, which is a little bit surprising to be fair, but Ipswich are doing very well. As Lewis takes the throw in, finds Botman, looks for Garcia. He's looking to go right. Livramento heads it forward. Not a great header. The ball's coming back. Lamina finds Geresh. He's going all the way back to the goalkeeper, Jose Sa. Plays a short ball to Dawson. Can't get the pressure on him. Doherty finds Sarabia. He's back inside to Doherty. He's back to Craig Dawson. We're just kind of sitting them off him a little bit here. Maybe put a bit more pressure on Lamina. Finds Geresh and a good first time ball into Cunha. If there's a suspicion of offside, I think he's on. I think that goal stands. Yep, it's given. It's a little bit slack on our part. We need to change the mentality down, perhaps. It's a good first-time ball. It's a nice run, and you can see, I think it's Jamal Lewis at the back there. Looks to have been playing him on, and looks to have been playing him on by a good yard or two. As we see, as we're shaping back in, Livramento was far too far forward. It's actually a lot tighter than I was first expecting. But it's a good finish from Cunha, and fair play to him. We are really struggling on fitness here. We now have 4 players on bookings. Need to make some changes here. Garcia, Tino's not playing well. Let's bring Trippier in. We'll bring in Roberto in here. And on the wings, we're looking at Lewis Miley struggling a little bit. Maybe bring Joel Linton in for Lewis Miley, actually. Tonali's really struggling. I need to bring him out. I don't know if Joe Wallach is really the player we want in defensive. Yeah. No. Put Garcia in there, and we're going to bring Stanisic in the centre back. There's a free kick there to Wolves, I think that is. We are very deep. Looking at the pass map, we can see that the two centre backs are sitting very deep there. So we need to change the mentality up to go very attacking again. We need to get in amongst them. Isak not playing a great game. Let's bring him out for Osula. Brody is playing very well, but he is struggling on fitness. Trippier now to whip in a free kick towards the back post. The ball's cleared by Matt Doherty. Goes to Hehan Huang, making a break down the left hand side. Recovered by Barnes. Looks for Stanisic. Finds Botman. Goes back to Stanisic. Finds Garcia in field. Goes back to Botman. We retain the ball very well here. We find Jamal Lewis. He's getting an opportunity to go up the left wing. There's a poor attempt there by Harvey Barnes, really. It looked like he tried to dominate, but couldn't get around from his man. Eric Garcia makes the interception. Drives forward. Finds Harvey Barnes. Goes back to Roberto. He's having a go from distance. It's not a bad effort, but I feel like we should have done better. With 10 minutes to go here, we're struggling here against a poor Wolves team, really. You see Palace and Bournemouth drawn 2-2. Brentford now beating Southampton 3-0. Ipswich still 1-0 up. We're going to draw this game. This is a very disappointing result. Our fitness levels are shot, so there we need to give players a rest. That is a disappointing result. Thrash Arms should have won that. I think that's fair. We're making good progress in the league. We could have opened up the gap against Spurs there. So we're 4 points ahead. We could have opened a 6-point gap. They do have a game in hand, of course. Shouldn't ignore that. We could have opened a bit of a gap there, but now Spurs can go 1 point behind us. We are 3 points behind Liverpool. They haven't played yet. Of course, they have a game in hand as well. Isak and Gomes could do with a rest. Let's get a look at the league table here. Yeah, Liverpool still to play. We are 3 points behind them. Man City are running away with it. Of course, Man City are 9 points ahead of Liverpool. They are 12 points ahead of ourselves. It shouldn't take them too long really to wrap up the league title. What we're going to do is we're going to give everybody a rest. When is our next fixture? Next fixture is in 4 days' time. So let's give everybody a 2-day rest because we really need the fitness levels to be at 100%. But that is it for this month. As we see, we've had a pretty good month. We've had a very good first 4 games, come away with wins and all of those. A little bit deflating, a little bit disappointing to draw with Wolves at the very end there. As we move into next month, we do have games against Bournemouth, Villa, Brentford, and that double header, of course, against Nottingham Forest, where we play them in the FA Cup semi-final first, followed by a game in the league. We'll bring you the highlights from the FA Cup game, and we'll bring you the goals from the league game as well. But that is it for now. I do hope you're enjoying this episode. As always, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. We'd love to hear your feedback. Please do spread the word. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, thank you and take care. Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. It helps us to grow. It helps us to bring you more videos like this. Please also leave a like and share the video as well. And please do leave a comment. We would love to hear your feedback also. That's it for now. You can watch one of these videos, but we will see you in the next one. Until then, thank you and take care.